on, snack fans? What's going on, Snack Nation? Welcome on back to the Snack Run Podcast, episode 15.
Oh, yeah, baby. You know, episode 15.
I didn't see my name yet. Gotta start over. And then I said, that's not a urinal. That's my ex-wife. So go ahead and keep on peeing. Oh, hey. What's going on? My name is Ryan. That's pretty. What's going on, snack fans? If you're a fan of snacks, if you're a fan of America, you're going to be a fan of the Snack Run Podcast. Probably, I don't know. I'm Ryan Hernia.
And I'm Brady Cardia. And welcome back to the Snack Run Podcast, your one-stop shop for all your anime pop culture news. News. That's a tongue twister. Call me Dr. Seuss, because I just news.
Call me Dr. Seuss. I'm about to use this noose. That'd be so sad and so dark.
That would be so lit.
Can't wait till my therapist about that one.
Oh, your therapist. Is your therapist subscribed to the Snack Run Podcast?
No, I almost accidentally dropped it. And I was like, oh, don't want him to see that.
That would just bring up more problems.
He's like, hey, so I've noticed that you've been masking your pain with humor. Is everything okay? Like, no!
You're like,
fuck off!
You're like, and? What about it?
Like, it's not everyone deals with their humor? Like, no, we talk about it here. And I was like, that's stupid. What do I pay you?
No.
What do I pay you for?
No.
What do I pay you?
You just gotta push it down. Push it all the way down. No one's gonna know. No one's ever
Eric,
gonna know.
what do I pay you for?
That'll probably be like really good in the future when you're having kids and stuff, and then just
suppressing my anger.
It's just suppressing your anger. Then one day it just snaps, and then you end up like Jeffrey Dahmer, just killing everybody.
It keeps the marriage like exciting, and you don't want to get too mundane. Yeah.
You know what's unfair?
Taxes.
Having your family together during Christmas. All your other friends have divorced parents, and so they get 2 Christmases. That's totally unfair. Well, I get one lousy Christmas. It better be a good Christmas.
You bring up a topic that I'm like semi-passionate about. So I was like, it's okay. He's just joking around, right?
You're really passionate about having 2 Christmases?
Well, no, it's more about like most of my family's dead. So I just figured I was like, I was like, don't say anything, Ryan. It's fine. He doesn't understand.
I don't think that's the same as getting a divorce, though.
Yeah, I will say having divorced parents is low-key a big flex.
Big flex. You get 2 Christmases, 2 birthdays, or it could do the turnaround, and you have one decent Christmas, and then you go to the other parents, and it's just not good.
Or when a married couple both have divorced parents, and then you have like 4 Christmases to go to.
Oh, that's crazy.
Imagine having a whole month of Christmas.
No, that's kind of ass. Because even like me and my wife, like we kind of break up the holidays, and it's still like kind of stressful. Because like
it's a lot, huh?
Those big holidays like Thanksgiving, like you have to do it on Thanksgiving Day. You can't have Thanksgiving on like a different day.
Would you rather be like on your couch, be like, I hope someone invites me to the Thanksgiving?
Well, no, that wouldn't happen either. But just like going from like one family to another, you're like, oh, this is a lot. But like, you're blessed to have them. But it's also like I'd rather just spend one at one family. Then next year I'll go to the other family.
Rotate them.
Yeah, it's kind of rotate.
Hey, Mom, it's your year.
I mean, how would you do it? Would you like split it the day of, or would you rotate every year? Let's say you have Christmas. Every Christmas is at your family's house. Then you get this wife, and this wife is like, "Oh, we're gonna have Christmas."
Or husband.
Wife or husband. We're gonna have Christmas at my mom's house. It's kind of a change up. Would you do half the day at her mom's house, half the day at your family's house, or would you split it up per the year?
No, definitely do just half and half, or like separate days. I'd be like, "Hey, Tuesday doesn't work for me, but we can do Monday." And then
Christmas on Monday. For me, like if I'm opening Christmas presents, it has to be on Christmas morning. Like I'm not gonna push back because it doesn't feel like Christmas anymore.
So there's a place called Dutch Bros, and it's super tasty. But they have this chai tea latte.
Oh yeah, what's in that?
Hold on, I haven't got to the best part.
Chai tea. Chai means tea. You said that you're asking. It's basically like you're asking for a coffee. What you want room for cream? It's repetitive.
Yeah, I know that was the setup. No, it's Christmas morning chai.
Ooh, yummy. What's in that?
Christmas morning chai tea. So it's a mix of happiness with pillow talk, and like it just feels good.
Oh, that's good. Do you get whipped cream on top?
Oh yeah. You have to ask for it with the works, and then you have to get the barista, and then you get their phone number.
For real?
But it only works if they're of age.
I've seen videos of like people rolling through like companies, and it'll be like a girl. She's like, "Is Rachel here?" And the little worker would be like, "No, I don't think Rachel here." Like, well, you could tell Rachel that she asked for my husband's phone number, and you could tell him that he is taken. I was like, that's so awkward, because most likely that like worker didn't even know.
To do that. We should prank employees.
Prank employees.
I'd like go to the truck. Go to like what's it called? What's that hobby like place? The hobby store called?
Hobby Lobby?
No, that's not it.
Is it the Hobby with the lobby?
It's Hobby Lobby, actually.
Oh, okay.
We went over to a Hobby Lobby employee, like, hey, just like really loudly, where's your dildo section? I'm looking for good Christian gifts for my married friends.
I don't think that's so much a prank on the employees. I think that's more of a prank on you, because it's just like they'll all just be like looking at you as like, oh. Okay, he's looking for dildos. Okay.
they take me to like the ornament section. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny because you could literally do whatever you want nowadays, and people won't even like look at you weird.
Sometimes
that's just like, well, not kill people or anything like that. I know you were thinking that, but definitely not like kill people.
No, I was thinking more like combine ham and turkey in the same sandwich. Like no one's gonna bat an eye for that.
I'm not a turkey guy. I'm more of a ham guy.
Speaking of Rachel from that prank you were talking about, I saw Bert Kreischer's The Machine.
Oh, Bert Kreischer's The Machine.
Since I've Machine, since I've last seen you, actually, I've seen like 10 movies. I think.
Yeah, look at you, little movie guy. You little movie goblin. You little gobbling up that movies.
That's the movie goblin.
That's what a movie goblin sounds like.
Yeah.
Do you have to do that in the movie theater when you go see the movies?
Actually, last night I brought in Dutch Bros, that coffee shop I was telling you about. Mm-hmm. I brought in like a little cup of Dutch Bros, and I actually I had to kind of flirt with like the person letting like people in, to let her agree.
Did they stop you at all?
Sometimes they do. I was afraid they were gonna stop me. But
yeah, it's always that worries. But I also noticed like most of the kids working the counters, like who just scan your tickets or give you the tickets.
Yeah,
they don't give two flying
flips. But every once in a while, yeah, exactly. But every
once in a while they'll have like a older person or a manager working that little booth. Or someone
just takes it so seriously, like this is life or death.
For no reason. It's a movie.
This is life or death. My job.
Yeah. It's crazy like how serious people take it. But like I'll just walk in. It's like, I'll look at it. If the best thing to do, if you don't bring it up, then they won't bring it up most of the time.
Right.
Not all the time. Right. Like if it's that person who like takes their job way too seriously. Yeah. But if it's just some like shit kid.
I used to be the employee at like when I worked at that Dutch Bros place. I used to be the employee that's like, you know, man, I didn't say anything. You know, man, you had a bad date, right? And they're like, no, it's going fine. I'm like, yeah, it's been bad for you. I can tell. I just give them it for free.
Yeah.
And like I used to be that employee where it's like, you know what, like you earned this extra fucking scoop of whipped cream or soft top or something.
Yeah.
So I was that guy.
You earned this.
Yeah.
You earned this.
I used to, back when I first worked at Dutch, I used to always celebrate anything. Bro, you got your car washed? Fuck yeah, player. Like, this drink's on me. Like, I used to do like stuff like that.
Yeah, well, everything's a celebration in life.
100%.
Yeah.
Dude, so since I've last seen you, I've seen Hypnotic. Fast 10.
Ooh.
The Machine.
Spider-Man
Across the Spider-Verse 2 times.
Ooh, I heard that's all right, but go on.
Yeah. Well, that's all I've seen in theaters.
Oh, okay. So it's not 10 movies. You haven't seen 10
Well, I mean,
movies.
like, that's only in theaters. I've seen more in person.
Oh,
or, like,
in person? It's theaters, not in person?
No, they're VR.
Oh, VR? Would you go to a movie theater in VR? Like, let's say you have a VR headset. You put on the headset. You have the physical experience of walking to the movie theaters in VR. And then you just watch the movie. But you're at home, but you're watching it through VR.
We talked about this one time. We talked about, like...
VR grocery shopping, I think you
said.
And then VR Ross.
And it actually gets delivered to you after you're done shopping in VR.
Yeah, we did talk about that. I don't know if I would like that.
Takes away the social aspect, right?
Yeah, it does take away the social aspect. I mean, I would say, because my perception of VR, it's still, like, not, like, realistic, obviously, because it's VR, it's video games. But, like, if VR gets so advanced to a point where it basically feels like real life, I could see where that could be options.
Our idea with shopping and then having it actually delivered to you, it kind of, like, it's like a hybrid of, like, a social experience and also, like, being too busy to get groceries. I can see someone being too busy, and maybe they go through an app and like just do like a bunch of like things that they need. I
mean, that's what a lot of people do nowadays.
Right.
Like a lot of people don't want to deal with like just going out, so they'll order the groceries online. I mean, there's like Postmates. You could order whole grocery lists through Postmates.
Right. No, 100%. Yeah, and I've known people who will do that. There have been some weeks, and this is really pathetic, but there have been some weeks where like the grocery store is like my social highlight.
Yeah.
Like no one can hang out that week. I'm working like 60 hours. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm gonna strike up a convo with like the security guard, talk to the mangoes, head on down to the ramen aisle, see what's up. You know what I mean? And like that sounds pathetic, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Like, no one hang this weekend. Like,
okay, what's your favorite grocery store, and what's your go-to grocery store?
At one point, I want to talk about the machine. At one point.
We won't. Never.
Okay, sick nasty. My go-to grocery store, just fries. It's been fries for
Fries.
like. And then if you're one of our East Coast listeners, what's going on East Coast? Then it's gonna be.
It's Kroger. Kroger's the big one, but every city and state, or I think it's every state has like different names for Kroger.
Sure.
But yeah, Kroger is like the big one.
I think
like
Save-Ons is.
Save-Ons could be like a type of Kroger. I honestly do not know. I just know like Kroger.
What do they call it in California? I forgot. It's like a red logo. But
yeah, they're all kind of like, it's weird how.
No, it's called Vons.
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 Have you seen those?
I think there's one over in Newport I go to.
There's a lot of Vons grocery stores.
They love their Vons.
I do. I miss California. I haven't been in like almost a year.
Oh, California's so tight. I'm going to California soon. End of July, so it's not soon. It's like 2 months away from. But like, I'm really pumped.
Oh, end of July, yeah.
Yeah, end of July. So it's not soon, but it's like California is just super tight. I love the beach. I love the vibes. Some of the people there are a little bit crazy. But
dude, speaking of good vibes, bro, I want to go see Bert Kreischer's The Machine.
Bert Kreischer and the Machine?
No, not and the Machine.
Bert Kreischer fucking the Machine?
You're like, oh, Florence and the Machine? No. It's Bert Kreischer, The Machine.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me about it, brother, man.
Have you heard of Bert Kreischer?
He had a show on the Discovery Channel where they sent him to a bunch of amusement parks, and then he got to ride on like the different rides and kind of share his.
That sounds fun. I mean, that's before his career really took off. But yeah, I think that's where he
I
did,
think
right?
that's where it peaked. I think his career.
Oh, that's where he peaked.
That's where he peaked.
It's not now. This movie.
No, it just went downhill
for sure. Yeah.
Like Bert Kreischer and the Machine. And Mark Hamill. That's down here.
There's Bert and the Machine with Mark Hamill, and then there's Florence right here.
Yeah. Then there's the theme park amusement rides. What he did with the Discovery Channel. I think that's like right here.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it sounds like you're a big fan.
Oh, huge fan. Yeah, huge. I just watched them on Hot Ones.
Very cool. Yeah. So I should probably do like at least like a short clip reviewing this movie, but I'll just say it here. I give Bert Kreischer's The Machine 7.8 snacks out of 10.
7.8. That's crazy. I was thinking, because I've been seeing a lot of like critics giving it like not bad reviews, just mediocre reviews. Like it's not like game changing. It's not the new Spider-Man movie, but it's also like not like the worst thing in the world. Do you think that score has to do anything with you being a long time fan of his?
Yeah, 100%. Let's see what I'm gonna say. Is that I was listening to his podcast recently, and he said that this movie wasn't for critics. Like he didn't walk away thinking, okay, we're gonna be like the next big hot fat thing, you know?
Yeah.
What I mean? And he didn't want to make a movie for critics. He didn't want to make a movie that was gonna like mainstream wise, like be iconic, go down history. He wanted to make one for the fans, essentially.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He came through. He made a fantastic movie for the fans. Him and Mark Hamill were actually really funny. Mark was pretty unhinged. It was awesome.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, it was great. It was honestly, and it wasn't a retelling of the story. It's like 35 years after that movie takes place. Or
that's what I saw in a lot of the trailers, that like they kind of like go over like what the story was, and then like it's
the aftermath.
Yeah, it's like the aftermath of him dealing with like what happened during those times.
And it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Honestly, I'd say go watch it.
Really?
Yeah, it definitely has like a hangover vibe. For sure, and he wants to make 3 of them.
3?
Yeah, because it leaves off.
Is it all based off the same premise, or is he gonna like start?
Well, it kind of leaves off on like this can keep going.
Yeah. It could keep going. Yeah. That's awesome.
And I don't think it will keep. I don't think it'll keep harboring back to that original story. I think it'll probably just spin off into like new kinds of stories.
I feel that. Do you think like a fan of not Bert Kreischer, maybe like my wife, she doesn't really care for Bert Kreischer. She kind of finds him annoying. Is this movie basically like the same vibe of same energy as like one of his stand-ups, like same type of jokes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
if she likes her stand-up, if she likes hanging out with the boys, then like she'll like this movie.
Okay, tight. So this movie's definitely for like the Bert Kreischer fans. Like probably a normal person who doesn't really like care for Bert Kreischer is probably not going to really enjoy this movie, but it's for the fans.
And 100%. Yeah, like you said, like he didn't give two turtle shits about the critics. Like, and most people shouldn't. Critics are just looking for something to say negatively usually about the movie. Usually.
No, 100%. And that's like, that really stays like a sad state of like what Hollywood is in right now. Because like if you don't get good reviews, then you won't see another movie.
Sometimes it's kind of a disease. Sometimes people like to say stuff that's like not that's like really out there to stand out. You know what I mean? Like oh, something's so widely loved, and someone says like, you know what? I didn't like it. That person's now thinking, oh, I'm the anomaly. I'm cool. I'm the second coming of Christ. I'm the best.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when like a bunch of critics like don't like something, and it's a purely good movie, but because the critics don't like it, that means it's getting bad ratings, and you won't see another one of those movies because of like just the state of like what Hollywood's in.
Yeah,
and won't get the proper funding for another.
Exactly,
one.
And some of my favorite movies got shitty reviews or were technically box office flops. Like I think one that we can both agree on is that we both love Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh yeah, that bombed when it first came out.
Yeah, it didn't. I don't even think it made it money back.
Yeah, I think no. I remember it like bombing, but when it came to DVD, that's where it like really like hit its stride.
And it's like iconic. Like it had a lot of insane actors that went on to do bigger things later. Like
no, go on.
Go ahead. Like a lot of people, I'm sure.
I was just saying. I noticed. I was just thinking about it. Like I was reading something. It's like a lot of movies, like back in the '90s or even early 2000s, a lot of movies were flops. But we had an industry of DVDs. What really helped, reestablish. It kind of gave
the money back.
Yeah, it gave the movie like second legs. Like I didn't know this. The first Ace Ventura was kind of an office flop, but then once when it came out on DVDs, because DVDs were fairly new when the first not fairly new, but it was newer once when Ace Ventura came out, and that's where like Jim Carrey finally got like his second set of legs to like hit the road running. And then after Ace Ventura, they were like, oh, this guy's amazing. Like, it didn't do good in theaters, but it did amazing over on DVD.
So weird how that works, right?
And it's weird because I feel like they don't get the second set of legs it needs now because there's no DVD sales. It's like all streaming, and streaming's so diluted with all these different content.
I think streaming... I think the way that works is that the streaming platform will pay the studio for X amount of movies, and then the more streams that those movies get, the more revenue that the companies made who made the movies, and then it gets just distributed through the employees who made the movie. Yeah,
it's different times nowadays, because I remember whenever a movie would go on DVD, it was like a big thing, like, oh, this movie's on DVD, we got to go rent it. Last time we saw it was 2 years ago in the theaters. Now it's finally on DVD. Now it's like 2 weeks later. It's on streaming.
Yeah, like a Mario movie debuted like 3 months ago or 2.5 months ago.
Yeah,
it's been on streaming for now for like 2 weeks.
Isn't that crazy how fast it kind of happened? The same with the Batman. I remember the Batman was like huge, and like it went on streaming like a month later. And it's like, this is a huge movie, and it's just already on streaming. People could just wait a month. Like once when it comes out of theaters, if you don't want to see it in theaters, wait a month and then you'll see it. But I think like a lot of people in Hollywood, they go off of like the movie theater sales nowadays, not so much of like how much it gets streams after the math.
I think also, I agree. It's just like the pop figures, action figures, the merchandise that sells afterwards was also a big thing. I would say also, I think movie theaters were kind of dead for a little bit. So like I think 2019 going to 2020, movie theaters kind of died off a little bit. I think this year it's the strongest it's been in a long
100%.
time.
I think
in a long time.
I think
we're getting fed so well.
We're getting fed so well, and I think Spider-Man No Way Home kickstarted it, because like there was like COVID happened, so not a lot of people were in theaters as it was. The COVID was slowly dying out, and people were so used to not going to see movies. Like none of the movies coming out were like, oh, okay, whatever. Then Spider-Man No Way Home came out. I remember movie theaters were packed to the brim. I remember like I think that's the movie what got people engaged. It reintroduced people to like, this is the movie theater experience.
Yeah, exactly. I remember we sat down together. I think it was your second viewing. I always get Brady's secondhand sloppy seconds. And we sat down, and I remember it being like every seat was packed, and then there was like a little girl like 3 seats away from us who slowly popped open a double orange chicken and chow mein Chinese food, and I was like, I said out loud, I'm like, who has Chinese food? Who's eating Chinese food in Spider-Man No Way Home?
To be fair, that does kind of sound weird, but if you think about it, like when you're at home watching YouTube or Netflix or whatever, you're always eating, so it just makes sense that.
But I mean, it's like you're also probably half naked or naked. Like you can. There's some things that should be left at home.
Different environments, because you could basically eat anywhere. It's kind of like also embarrassing. That reminds me of a story of me and my mom. We were on like this little like little plane just driving or flying from Jersey to Massachusetts. It fits like only 20 people. And like we're running to like the gate and we get on the plane and she opens up like this bag of like Five Guys burgers and it just floods the whole plane. Like the smell floods the whole plane. I was like, this is so embarrassing right now. It's kind of the same with the movie theaters. Like exactly like this little girl's just trying to eat her chow mein. I mean, and then
it'd be different if she was like off in a corner and like no one was in the theater.
You know what I
mean? That'd be
but
different.
It's once when you, because your sense of smell kind of distracts all your other kind of features.
Dude, honestly, like 90% of taste is how it's gonna smell. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's that new water bottle what just came out. Where have you seen the water bottle? It has like a little
they sponsor MatPat.
Oh, for real? Yeah. I don't even know how it works. It's like a little air freshener on the lid.
It makes you think you're drinking like melon or mango.
But
or
it's just
strawberry.
it's just water.
It's just water. Yeah. So exactly how Brady said. Basically, it's like you put it up to your mouth and then where your nostrils go, like. Where your nostrils go. There's like a little like pad that makes you smell like strawberry, mango, or kiwi or whatever, and then it makes it like taste like that kind of.
I want to try it. I want to see like how good it actually works.
I stay pretty hydrated by myself. I mean, I think it's supposed to help people like motivate them to stay hydrated.
And I get that because nowadays not a lot of people like really like water. What's weird? I love water. I'll chug the shit out of it. Like I love myself a good DP, a good old DP Dr Pepper 23 flavors.
Good old double penetration.
But like. I like drinking water, but people nowadays just don't. They stay away from water.
Well, it's because like we're running out of it, and so you're the guy who's like, you know what, like God will make more.
Oh yeah. Do you think people don't drink water because we're running out of it, or do you think there's just like tastier options? No, we're not running out of water. Where are we? California? No way. This guy needs to drink more water. I can tell. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a little snack, a breaky, wakey, jakey. We'll see you back in a minute.
Yeah, enjoy these commercial messages from our sponsored commercial messages. Sponsored.
Sponsor. Echo.
Yeah, this is a really echoey room we got here.
Stop! Please let me go! Please let me go first! I'm doing something! 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Okay, that'll be $680.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys, welcome on back to the second half of the Snack Run podcast. We're Brady. Oh man, does he have so much good anime shit to talk about? Good Lord Almighty, praise Jesus. Go ahead, Brady, take it away.
Yeah, so I was thinking to myself, who takes the biggest anime shits? I'm thinking Goku has to take the biggest anime shits. That man
actually probably not because he works off every little piece of energy.
That doesn't mean your shit doesn't still shit.
You can use your shit as energy.
You're still gonna have shit. You still need to distinguish.
Okay, continue.
You still have to get rid of. Anyway, I was thinking Goku because Goku eats a lot, and I think his shits would be pretty massive. Mm-hmm. I think that motherfucker looks like he would break a toilet every here and there.
Yeah.
How about you? Who do you think would take the biggest shits?
I don't want to talk about this.
Here's a fun fact: does Titans have buttholes? They don't have buttholes, right? No, yeah.
Because that's kind of weird. Because where does it go? No, they regurgitate them. That's what happens.
Like throw it up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, they regurgitate them, and then they become Titans. Is that how that works? Is that how that works?
No, I think they just eat them.
No, because how do new people become Titans?
They get injected with the serum. You can't get bit by it. It's not like a zombie. You don't get bit by Titans.
Well, then how do you explain the regular Titans, like the non-human Transformers?
They get injected, remember? In Attack on Titan, it's all the prisoners, and they get injected, or what's-his-face will just scream and turn them into Titans.
No, they have to ingest some of his blood first. That's how he's able to do that.
Oh, yeah, I think, because I remember when they were going through Aaron's dad's flashback, they were having them drink, like, all the, like, blood and wine and whatever. Then they line them up, they inject them, then they just kick them down, and they turn into Titans.
But there's also... Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, is that? Yeah. That's how they'll.
Yeah, because they're on that like bridge cliff thing, and they just kick them down, and they turn to Titans when they're falling.
It's like when the royal blood meets like that kind of human. What are those people called?
Titans.
No,
The royal blood and
the royal blood meets the people of paradise. What are they called? You know, it doesn't.
The Ymirians.
That's close. It's
Yeah.
Ymir's people.
Zamir's people.
Ymir, not
Ymir.
Zamir.
Zamir. What if she's French? She's like, welcome to Zamiria.
We're culturally sensitive.
I like French people. They
Yeah.
have good French fries.
Bro, have you heard of the Rising of Shield Hero?
Oh boy, I love the Rising. Of
Have you
Shield.
really watched that one? Or
Yeah,
you
man,
just
it's
pulling
been
my
out
dick?
for like 6 years now.
Yeah,
6 or
probably
5
about
years.
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
around that time.
But the newest season came out, I think, last year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And have you been binging it?
I threw the whole thing in like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. How
Did you by
long?
chance watch the first one?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And he's like, I'm gonna have a really cool class, and then they give him kind of like a shitty class.
Right. It's hard for him to level up because like he can't attack.
Yeah, he's kind of a bitch too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you have to start somewhere, so you can't just be like a really cool badass.
Well, yeah, for sure. He later uses his ability to, he later uses his ability to like become a badass.
It's kind of weird how much you're into isekai recently.
Yes.
Like, you're in it.
It feels like mentally I've been isekai to like a whole like new world.
I think since you've been watching so much isekai, you'll do really good in your own isekai.
Probably. I've been watching ReZero, which is another isekai.
Yeah, she's kind of cute.
Okay, so when I was a knee slapper, I watched all of Shield Hero Season 2, and I slept on it for about a year and a half because I heard it was ass. And guess what, Brady? It
is
was.
ass. Oh,
For the
why'd you even finish that?
No, I did because let me finish my sentence. Let me cook.
Okay.
You
You know what's funny? I'm not gonna edit around it. It's just gonna be.
I know. You should edit more.
It's so funny.
No, the first like 6 episodes were kind of ass.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it was really slow. It was also kind of like what the fuck kind of thing. So it was like, oh, there's a new threat, and then Neofumi was like the main character. He's like,
Yeah.
well, we already have a threat we're attacking. He's like, they're like, no, this is a new threat. A big turtle, a big tortoise is fucking up cities. He's like, okay, that's great. And then, like,
Okay, that's great.
and then the queen asking the queen that he owes like everything to, like they're like, can you please help us out? And he's like, okay. And so he goes to like fight this big turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out like it was being controlled by a guy from a different world.
Oh, that bitch.
That bitch.
That goddamn
It's
bitch.
always the same story. A turtle is being controlled by a guy from a different dimension.
Like in Avatar. Remember when Aang was going to the Avatar world?
Actually, it was a little bit like that.
See, exactly.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about sometimes, maybe.
Yeah. With all the anime you've been watching, crazy.
So much anime.
So, the second half was really good. You know how Neofumi got into a new world? Mm-hmm. The main character?
Yeah.
He got isekai into another world.
What?
Yeah.
Like a whole different
A
world?
whole different world.
Can you go back to the other world?
And so the second half takes place in the new world.
Okay.
But there's other types of heroes there. So you know there's a sword hero, the spear hero,
Yeah.
and the shield hero.
Yeah.
This one has like the throwing staff hero, the bow and arrow hero, the one has the hunting hero.
Oh, okay. That's
So it's like a similar world but different.
Yeah, same but different.
Yeah. And actually, it started to pick up really, really well. And then later, you know that his little slave girl, super hot fox girl.
Super hot fox girl.
You know what I'm talking about?
I can think about super hot fox girl all day long.
Perfect. So anyway, it turns out that she becomes like the katana hero, and so she's like she upgrades from like slave to like high class hero.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, it picks up a lot. But wait, there's more.
Let me hear it.
I love the Shield Hero, but when I finished the series, I was like, yo, Neofumi's voice is pretty cool. Like it sounds like it could have been like Sasuke's voice. It was like edgy and cool.
Was it Sasuke's voice?
No.
Oh.
But get ready to cry a little bit. I went to look up his voice actor. He passed away last year.
Oh.
He's only like 41.
Oh, what's his name?
Dead.
Oh. That's crazy that his name could be what he is right now.
What if your name was what you are right now?
Horny?
I'm about to say, horny. I'm about to say the same thing because, dude, right when I got here, dude, the sexual tension between you and like everyone in the room was just like was palpable.
Palpatine?
It was Palpatine.
Do it. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. Do it.
Lick it. So yeah, it was sad because his voice actor is
That's always sad. Definitely when they're like kind of young, it's always like you never want to hear that. I mean, you never want to hear anybody dying or whatever. But like definitely if it's someone you're like, whoa. Like you're just getting into them, like, oh, this voice actor is pretty cool.
I'm
or
just getting into
this
them.
actor or this athlete or this or whatever is like, oh, they're pretty cool. Then you find out like, oh, they've been dead or they just died.
They just died, yeah. And so that was really shitty. I mean, not shitty, but like the way that season 2 ended, it was really sad because it was like his whole party like marching off into the sunset, and it's not over. They're probably gonna recast him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But they like kind of march off into the sunset, and like, the credits are rolling and the music's going, and it's like, damn, like it just kind of hit harder.
Yeah, I feel that. It's always like they'll always like recast if it's like a series they want to keep going. I would say the only chance they wouldn't recast if like they have no plan of continuing it, or if like they wouldn't recast if the series wasn't doing numbers and the voice actor like carried the whole whole
for
thing.
Sure. Like if Naruto or Sasuke died, like they'd be like, that's kind of a wraps.
It kind of, actually that's a good conversation because I think maybe it would be like definitely if it's only like first season of like early Naruto, like if it would have to be like established already because like they wouldn't wrap up a series just because of someone died. Definitely if it was early on because that's an easy recast.
There was someone early on in our childhood in a series that we loved who passed away, and their recast was so spot on that we didn't even notice.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what it was? Can I guess?
Sure, you have 2 guesses.
Anime or cartoon?
Anime.
Live
It was. If I tell you, you're gonna know right away. But it was like a cartoon with heavily inspired by anime.
The obvious one is Avatar.
Yeah.
It was Zuko.
No, Zuko's voice actor is very much still alive. He plays.
No, I know he's actually really cool. I always
Dante Bosco.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Was it Aang?
No, Aang's voice actor was like 10.
Yeah, he
so
was.
Hopefully, didn't die.
Oh, that would be so sad if he did die.
No. So Iroh in the first season is different from the Iroh in the second season.
No way. I didn't know that.
Exactly, and that's why his real name was I forgot his real name, but they dedicated like season 2 to him.
Oh, like when they had that. I remember my favorite Iroh scene is when Iroh went up on the hill and he had like that little funeral for his
memorial.
His memorial. That was really sad. Iroh is probably one of the best. Like
leaves from the vine,
is he a mentor or just like a older figure?
To me?
No. I mean, is Iroh a mentor to you?
100%.
Oh, okay.
I can quote Iroh. I can sing the songs.
Okay. I meant like in the story, like to Zuko, he's like a mentor because
he's an uncle and a mentor.
Yeah, because he teaches Zuko.
He's 100% a mentor.
Yeah. Okay.
He teaches him like so much about fire breathing.
He taught him that the lightning style thing. What's like
You
got Shimon.
Go.
Shimon.
He's like, you have to. I kept thinking about this the other day because I was watching Into the Spider-Verse. I was thinking like, oh, electrical powers, but like he kept saying like to redirect lightning, you have to have it flow through your stomach and out through your other hand.
Is it through the stomach or through the heart?
No. If it goes through the heart, you die.
Oh, okay.
So he
said
he has to go through the stomach to the heart, or sorry, stomach to the other hand.
Shimon.
Shimon, yeah. But so that guy passed away. Very unfortunate.
Man, that's always sucking when like you get really into someone.
Yeah, and then they pass away. Brady. So it's no secret to anyone, no one in this room, that you haven't been watching a ton of anime lately. If you had like an extra couple hours to throw down and catch up on a series, which one would you choose to catch up on?
Well, here's the thing.
Or watch?
We kind of discussed it. I'll discuss it after I answer a question. But fuck Verb and Crunchyroll. They fucked me over. I was just trying to watch anime. But we'll kind of get back over to that. I really want to watch... sorry, I'm moving the table a lot. I really want to watch Undead Unluck. I think that's really interesting. I think
Is it out yet?
Yeah, they have about 4 or 5 episodes. I remember.
I know Marshall's out.
Yeah, so those are the 2 I want to watch. It's Marshall because Marshall kind of has that One Punch Man vibe. Like I'm really down to mess around with, and then Undead Unluck has like kind of like a My Hero vibe kind of to it. What like I'm really interested in it.
Also, what's that one shonen that's like kind of a comedy at the same time? That's not One Punch Man. I think it has blue hair. Gintama.
I do love Gintama.
It has like a Gintama vibe a little bit.
I do love Gintama. Gintama's so funny because like Gintama's just basically the Deadpool of like all of anime. Like he'll just be like, we ran out of budget. Here's stick figures for the rest of the 20 minutes episode.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because Gintama is also one of those where like when they
get serious.
It will get serious, and like the animation will get crazy, and then there will actually be like story elements, what affects like the oncoming like
I've
episodes.
seen some clips where I'm like, damn, this looks like it can really be something.
But there's some clips where they're just making fun of like Dragon Ball, and like they'll just be like sitting in the room yelling like Dragon Ball like catchphrases and stuff. Yeah, Gintama's pretty good.
So those are two. Those two you can catch up on in like 2 hours.
No, 100%. And you know why I haven't catched up on any of it?
Because you're too busy doing other stuff that's not important?
Nope. Because of Verb, so I had the streaming service of Verb.
Just get Crunchyroll. It's like $10.
Well, here's the thing. I had Verb. I was paying for Verb. I was super happy about it. I tried logging into Verb the other day, and it's like, hey, we are not a thing anymore. I was like, huh? So I looked up on YouTube. It's nowhere on YouTube. No one was talking about this. I guess no one had Verb. What, like, was I the only Verb user? I don't know. So it's crazy because
I got you into that because like back in 2020, I used Verb a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I logged in and I was like, hey, we're not a thing. So I looked it up. It was nowhere on YouTube. I had to Wikipedia, and I didn't even trust Wikipedia. My computer was probably getting viruses when I was in Wikipedia. And then I finally like go through my emails, and like from like a month ago, I got email from Verb like, hey, on this day, we're going to discontinue. If you want to watch anime, download Crunchyroll.
You got an email, you said?
Yeah, I got email, but like a while ago in like my spam email where I never check. But I was like, I wonder if they ever sent me anything. So I checked it, and they didn't even say, hey, we're transferring all the users to Crunchyroll. They were like, hey, if you want to watch anime, download Crunchyroll. Stop charging though, at least? I haven't checked that, actually. That's actually pretty important. I should probably check that.
That'd be so fucked up if they kept charging you.
Yeah, I kept on charging. It's not a lot. It's like $10, $11 a month. But that would suck if like it didn't go unnoticed for like months, and I was just paying for like nothing.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Like 2 months ago, we were talking about like the new spring anime.
Yeah.
It's almost time to talk about the new summer anime.
I think we're definitely in the summer anime.
Some of them are about to launch. I think some of them are launching this week, and then a few more are launching next week.
Isn't it crazy how time flies?
I'll compile a list, and I'll come over extra early one day. We can watch like 2 or 3 of them.
There you go.
I'm serious because like there's some good bangers I want to check up on.
Do you know any like new ones coming up? What you're really interested in?
The only one that comes to mind is right now is JJK. But I was doing some research on some ones that look really good. Well, we'll check them out for sure.
Oh, yeah,
but the spring's wrapping up, starting to wrap up a little bit. So last night I watched the new Hell's Paradise.
Okay.
Oh, the last 2 episodes have been so fucking good.
You know, it's so funny. To go along with my Verb story, I was going to catch up on that last night. I was so down to like catch up on it. Yeah. And it's like, I have a fucking Verb. I'm like, shut up. I just wanted to watch.
Oh, you can watch it on dub too.
For real?
Hell's Paradise is almost all dubbed.
All dub? Okay. Where do I find that? Funimation or something?
Crunchyroll. Like
it's Hulu, right?
Crunchy. No, that's Heaven.
It is Heavenly. You're right.
So Crunchy actually has like a lot of dub, more than I expected.
Those fuckers. Yeah, I need to figure out because I really want to watch anime. So I just need to figure it out.
Just get Crunchy.
I tried. They said I put in 2 different types of emails. Like, this is not a valid email. Wait, what do you mean? So I put in like a different one, like a spam email.
That's fucked up.
And it's like, this is not a valid email. So like
they're not valid.
They just don't want me watching anime because like I was doing exactly what they said. They said sign up for Crunchyroll. So I'm like, I'm gonna sign up for Crunchyroll. Nothing. So like I need to figure some shit out. I'll probably like call or email them. Like,
yeah, you write them a letter.
They're like, hey, I co-host a very successful anime podcast. I need to be watching anime. And they're like, oh, what is it called? The Watch Mojo podcast.
Oh, they're like, no shit. All right.
No shit.
No. Hey, Frank, you know that new sound you're trying to look for? Well, listen to this. And you're like, is anyone still there? No, back to Hell's Paradise. Shut up.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely get that figured out because there's a lot of good stuff happening right now. Mm-hmm. And you can even like just listen sometimes. You know, if you're at the gym, you can do some of the dubs if you wanted to. But Hell's Paradise, last 2 episodes. I mean, probably last 3 or 4, but like last 2 episodes have been so freaking good. One pair of the samurai and prisoners, they encountered like one of the gods of the islands. Yeah. And just like demons, they regenerate like that. So it was a really cool, amazing fight. Some really heart-wrenching flashbacks that went down. And then it didn't end the way you might want it to, or the way that like anime might go. And then that's episode 7. And episode 8 I watched last night. What our main character was like, you know what? Like this whole group thing. It's not really, it's too slow. It's not my speed. I need to get back to the mainland now. So he dips out. He finds like the fortress of like all like the gods. Mm-hmm. He's like, all right, about to enter this. And then one of the gods that confronts him. And then it's like a really, really cool fight. It's a really, really cool fight. And like the god returns back to the base. And he's like really fucked up. He's like, if I would have fought any longer, I would have died probably. Damn. And but anyway, it was really, really good. So Hell's Paradise is a fantastic shonen. It doesn't have a deep story. It doesn't have a deep story. It doesn't have a deep story.
But the story's there. Well, I appreciate.
Right. It's fine. It's not like a super deep story. Like there's a ninja fighting to see his wife again.
Yeah. But it's not going to be like a shit story like High School. What is it called? What's
High
that?
School the Dead?
No. What's that fucking stupid one?
High School DxD?
No. What's that fucking stupid? Man, I feel so bad for not remembering. That one with the beautiful action and the guy turned into like Son Goku.
God of High School.
God of High School.
Yeah.
Like that one had beautiful animation, but a shit story. But so the story's not that bad.
They should have done one whole season of just the tournament. That would have really got us invested in the characters.
No, they're stupid because that could have been like a top name like anime.
It went from a kid being in sophomore in high school to being pretty good at fighting to like being the god of the world.
Yeah. They fucking blue balled us with that.
Fast.
They blue balled us with that. But anyway, so the story is not that bad.
Right.
It's
so
there.
It's a simple story.
Yeah.
Simple story. Really badass though. Check it out. Another one I'm caught up on. No, one episode behind on Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. But I actually have a short on our YouTube and TikTok right now. It's called the Moo and Muichiro. And I kind of look at the thumbnail kind of looks like this.
It does look like that. Yeah, I definitely seen that pop up on my For You page.
Yeah. or like the Not For You page. Don't watch this.
The definitely Not For You page.
Yeah, and so that one I'm caught up with as well. What can I say about Demon Slayer that hasn't already been said?
Yeah, that's true. Demon Slayer's the GOAT. Like, you can't, like, say anything bad about it.
I will say they're milking it.
They are milking it?
They are milking it, yeah.
Yeah, I hope Demon Slayer's not one of those ones where it's just going to, like, drop off, where it's just going to be like, oh, all this hype, and then, like, near the ending, it's just going to be like, okay, I'm not really excited for, like, I don't want them to milk it too much, because imagine if, like, what they're doing with Attack on Titan right now, if they did that for the whole series. Like,
Attack on Titan, you said?
Yeah, I'm saying, like...
Did I say Attack on Titan or did I say Demon Slayer?
No, you said Demon Slayer, but I'm using Attack on Titan as an example of what they're doing right now. Imagine if they did that for all of Demon Slayer. Like, you would lose interest because you're like, come on, just get to the point. Like, I think pacing is a very, like, important thing when it comes to, like...
I think Attack on Titan is a little bit different. Like, the hour and, like, 10-minute thing we got, like, a few months ago, I think we ate. Sorry, I went really far away. That Attack on Titan thing we got a few months ago, I think we really ate. That was gorgeous. And it was interesting the whole time. I think anime fans don't know what they want sometimes. Like, they want it now. If it has bad animation, get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. So I think it's important that studios... Not important. I think studios actually think it's more important that they take their time.
I mean, when's the last time you got a heavy hitter with bad animation? Like, I think most studios nowadays, they know, like, okay, obviously, if we're going to have a hit, we're going to...
Heavy hitter with bad animation? Yeah, that would just be... Some of the Boruto has some great story and shitty animation, and then some of the Seven Deadly Sins had a good story.
I mean, it's been a while since, like, Seven Deadly Sins. I'm thinking, like, in the past 5 years, like, studios don't even think about, like, releasing a heavy hitter new series without having good animation.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if they're huge, sure. But also, I was about to say is what was it? What was that show we watched? Oh, My Hometown Buffet Hero.
Oh, My Hometown Hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
so
that was pretty bad.
So I think if it was a bigger property, maybe they would have allocated more money towards the animation.
100%. I think that's just what you're going to get with those smaller properties.
But I think with Demon Slayer, they know that they can only squeeze it so much, and so it's where it's at now. It's halfway over.
You think it's...
No, it's more than halfway over.
Okay, so it's about halfway. Mm-hmm. It's like right there at
so
the,
like
60% maybe, or 55%.
Like, imagine if, like, Dutch Bros. I'm trying to make it in words like maybe you can understand. I'm not saying you're stupid or anything, but what if, like, they're like, all right, we only have new drinks for another 2 months. After that, we had to stop making, like, stuff.
I mean, you could just say it's almost halfway over.
It's almost halfway over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. They're squeezing the backstories for all the juice it has. So I'm like popping my toes.
No, you're good. You can pop that in my mouth, daddy.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask your wife first.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of sexy fan art with JJK characters, and like they're almost spoiling me because I'm like, well, stop drawing these characters because I'm about to get spoiled.
Yeah, but you're about to come.
Yeah, well that too. Don't bully me, I'll come.
Don't yell at me, I'll come.
No, but like I'm excited for like the new JJK because JJK is like one of the like heavy hitters where like they're not gonna disappoint. They know what they're doing, and it's been a while. Like what, 2 years now since we got the last JJK? I think it wrapped up in like 20,
like early 2021. Yeah,
I think it was early. I was about to say 2020, but I was like, that doesn't make any sense. No way we haven't seen like a new JJK since. But yeah,
they've been cooking though. They've been cooking.
I heard they've been cooking. I heard that this season's going to be a little bit longer than like most seasons. Like
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and they said it's going to last like longer than like most seasons. So I think like it just got probably greenlit for like more episodes, so it'll be like longer.
We should definitely do a snack bite on like summer anime in like a week or two.
100%.
I'm not sure. Yeah, no, definitely. I think JJK would definitely be on that list because I think it comes out mid-July, I think, or like early July.
For me, summer starts May. In my head, summer starts May. I don't think like
it doesn't technically start.
When do you think it starts? Like June?
Like mid-June to late June.
Mid-June to late June.
I think in Arizona it might feel like it's starting earlier.
Oh, true. But like as like a universal like understanding of summer.
Universal.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I sure can.
Continue your thought.
I would love to.
Don't let me derail you.
Cinnamon sticks. Anyway, cinnamon sticks.
Am I derailing you?
No, you're not.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
Anyway, yeah. What's my thought? I don't even know what my.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know what my thought.
Sorry if it was a joke. I was like, go ahead, finish your thought. Go ahead, bitch. I'm waiting. No, you were saying that
summer starts in May.
That summer starts in May, and I was like, well, I think Arizona feels like it starts in May. But I've been talking to some girls here and there. I hope I didn't explain. Shit. Some of the girls don't have a podcast. Fuck it. Some people I've been talking to said that like, oh, it's still cooler over here. It's still like wintry over here.
I do see people like on social media who are like wearing pants and jeans. I was like, these motherfuckers. These fuckers. That what? You're getting ready for a snowstorm? Huh?
Don't release this episode. Hey, what are you, ready for a snowstorm? You ready for Santa Claus to come over there and bend you over backwards and just fuck you with the present? There's more I want to talk about. How much time do you have left?
We haven't even hit an hour.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
okay.
we have a lot of time.
Dude, you know what I was going to say right now?
What?
Mappa has like 4 ongoing shows right now. They have Villain Saga. They have Hell's Paradise. They have...
It's a good one.
Don't yawn. You're making me yawn. I'm unaffected. That's how focused I am right now. And then they have...
don't yawn. Don't yawn.
Don't let me derail you. And then they had that cooking show. The Isekai in the world where I become cooking chef or something.
Mappa's doing that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Mappa was doing that. I thought Mappa had some respect for himself, but obviously...
Shut the fuck up.
Obviously, I was wrong.
Eat a dick. Villain Saga. Oh my gosh. We've been, you know?
Yeah. Was that words? Or you had a stroke? What was that?
I've been watching Villain Saga for like 3 months now, dude. We're on episode like 24.
24, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. And then the last episode I think came out today, I think. It's supposed to be an hour long.
Are you going to watch it? Should we watch it together?
Do you want to watch it together?
I mean, I don't have control or anything.
Dude, the main character is so badass. He's like, I have to go talk to the king to stop all this craziness. And then his like uncle's like, no, don't. Like, he'll kill you. And he's like, the king only brought to the island 100 men. No matter what happens, they'll come back alive. And I'm like, well, fuck. Could you imagine? Like, he's like, no, this guy only has 100 good, strong dudes. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, and like Villain Saga, it's not like anything like super crazy, like superpowers. It's just like kind of just dudes, really strong dudes. Like, it's not like anybody's blowing up planets in like Villain Saga.
Right.
I could be wrong. They could be blowing up planets.
No one's blowing up planets. This is they call it like a historical epic.
Okay.
It is historical. It's like things that actually took place to a degree.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Have you by chance watched any of it? Or?
I just know about it. I haven't watched any of it. Oh my God. A lot of people say it's really gory.
The first season for sure. Second season.
You think it kind of calmed down?
So the first season is insane. I'll give you a real quick synopsis. So this kid is traveling with his dad, and his dad is like the most revered, strongest warrior in like the world, basically. Mm-hmm. But he's like, you know what? Violence isn't the answer. And then the kid Thorfinn is watching his dad, and the dad gets jumped by like 10 dudes. And he beats them all. And then the dad
beats them all?
Yeah. Then the Viking boss comes out. He's like, all right, you want to fight? Let's fucking fight. And then as he's fighting the boss, he gets shot by arrows like 4 times in the back.
Oh, those dirty bitches.
And he's like, really? Really, guys? Really? And then the dad like ends up going down because of some shit that the boss, the Viking boss did. And then Thorfinn's so mad. He's so full of rage that he follows the Vikings like halfway across the world. Yeah. And so he ends up like actually joining the Vikings that killed his dad and training under them. Oh. And he wants to eventually kill the guy who killed his dad. And then he becomes his mentor. So his dad's killer becomes his mentor.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of violence. He's so full of rage. And he wants to kill him so bad. The worst part about it, spoiler alert. Mm-hmm. The worst part about the first season, not the worst part, but like, you know, it's part of it's a big thing, is that Thorfinn, the main character, who wants revenge for his by the way, there's a time skip, so it goes from like him being like 5 to like him being like 14.
Okay.
He becomes a badass fucking Viking, taking on like armies by himself.
Damn.
At the end of the season, he doesn't get to kill the guy who killed his dad.
Damn.
The guy who killed his dad goes out like protecting him basically.
Oh wow! So then he's kind of like, is he rethinking like, maybe I didn't want to kill him to begin with, or is he just like, fuck that guy?
No, he was mad. He was so full of rage that he wasn't the one who got to kill him. He was like so fucking upset. And then season 2 starts off with like a 4-year time skip.
Yeah.
He's so massively depressed that he like willingly becomes a slave and just works as a slave mindlessly.
Damn.
And no one knows that he's like the most badass Viking ever.
Yeah, he's just so depressed that he doesn't want to do anything.
Exactly.
He's just willingly like, yeah, I'm just going to live this slave life.
Exactly. He leaves the Viking life, and he just becomes a slave. And he's like dead eye, dead face, long hair. He's like 20 now, I think.
That's a good age.
And the most of the season of season 2 has just been him like fighting his demons and learning that there's more to life. Okay. And so he's not violent throughout the whole season, but in his dreams is so scary. In his dreams, he's being pulled down to hell from everyone he's killed, and it's really intense.
Maybe that's some foreshadowing. Maybe they're foreshadowing like he's actually gonna like go to hell and like fight everybody he's killed.
Also, kind of interesting is that like he listens in on people reading the Bible because he can't read because no one could read back then, and he would listen.
I mean, no one could read like 50 years ago.
And listening to the Bible has kind of changed him.
He's a changed man. He's a Christian now.
He's a Christian now, yeah.
We got him. We got him.
We got him.
Yeah, we got him.
We got Goku now. And we got Thorfinn.
Oh, yeah, Goku.
Yeah. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that like Villain Saga has been definitely on the slower side for this season, but it makes sense for this character because he has been pretty fucking depressed.
Yeah, his life kind of like slowed down. So because his life kind of slowed down, the story pacing has kind of slowed down.
Exactly, and it's him kind of realizing there's more to life than killing. There's more to life than getting revenge. Because for like 10 years, his life was just like, fucking kill this guy, and he didn't get to kill him, and now he's like mad and like depressed.
It's crazy how much I like One Piece because every single thing like I talk about is like, oh, that kind of relates to One Piece.
Goes back to One Piece.
Yeah, that goes back to One Piece. Like not everything goes back to One Piece. Like come on,
no, but I mean, One Piece is like the first anime that actually like you know paved the way for the anime to be an anime.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that when you were saying oh yeah, he joined the guy who killed his family or his father just so he could kill him. Like, oh, that happens in One Piece. Yeah, Ace joins Whitebeard and he only joins him so he could kill Whitebeard behind his back. Yeah, I'm like, I wonder if Villain Saga is based off of One Piece. It's not, but I was just like,
mean, the parallels are there because it's all ship travel.
It is ship travel. Yeah. Ooh, maybe it is. Maybe Villain Saga is just more realistic One Piece with Vikings, not pirates.
Well,
is he trying
Thorfinn doesn't die.
Is he trying to become
And
king of the?
Ace isn't a Christian.
You don't know that. There's a lot of Christians in One Piece.
Hey, leave a... Is it really?
Oh, yeah, quite a bit.
Leave a comment down below if you think Ace... Monkey D. Ace is that his name?
Porgus D. Ace.
If you leave a comment down below if you think Porky the Ace is a Christian.
He took his mother's name because he didn't want the same name as his father, Goldie Roger. So he took Porgus.
Oh, he's Rogers?
Yeah, he's Gold Roger's son. Is that
How would I know that?
Did I spoil
How would I
you?
fucking
I'm
know
so
that?
sorry. Yeah, because he hated his dad, so he went to go kill Whitebeard because Whitebeard was around the same level as his dad.
Did Goldie Rogers want to die? Because he couldn't just use hockey, right?
Yeah, he wanted to die. He wanted to like end his era and start a new era, and he can only do that if he dies. And he was dying anyway from a sickness. It was like, what a bitch way to go out. So he was.
Not everyone dies.
Yeah.
Naruto almost died from sickness.
Yeah, so he was like,
he's
I want to be a bitch and die from sickness. So he's like, I'll just turn myself into a marine and I'll let them think they got the kill or whatever. So yeah, and then Porgus D. Ace, or Porgus, his mom, had Ace in her stomach for like 21 months. Yeah, isn't that crazy? 21 months having a baby in you.
I know something like that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I think a baby's only not allowed, but you can only hold a baby for like.
Why did she keep him for an extra year?
Because they knew that Roger had they knew that Gold Roger had like a mistress, so they're like, okay, well, he died this time, so if a girl was gonna give birth, she would give birth around this time. So if they found out who had his Gold Roger's kid, they would kill the mother and kill the kid. So she held the baby in her stomach, so they wouldn't assume like, oh, you had Gold Roger's
That's
son.
kind of like what happened in the Bible too with Mary and Jesus. So do you think that the Bible copied One Piece, or do you think
100%? Yeah, I think because One Piece was way around longer than the Bible.
But this kind of, I'm not sure the timeline makes sense though, because if there's a lot of Christians in One Piece, then it's kind of.
I think it has to do with a lot of time travel. Do
you think Jesus time traveled?
I think Jesus time traveled quite a bit, and like he knew about One Piece, so he based his own story on One Piece.
I think it's so funny that like, not funny, but I think it's interesting that like back to Villain Saga, like like Thorfinn really turned around a lot because like he listened to people read the Bible to him, and I'm like, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
But I think to myself, like, I guess it makes sense. There's like, this is a historical, like, actual, like, took place sometime in history, and I'm like, I guess it could make sense. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, like, yeah, you know, we should call this episode Anime Christians or something.
Anime Christians.
Or like,
who's the best anime Christian?
Who's the best anime Christian?
I think it would have to be
Tanjiro. Like if Tanjiro was saved, like if he was baptized and like,
no, but I'm talking about like actual Christians in anime.
Oh, JoJo's.
There's no Christians in JoJo. Oh, I'm sure there's probably. I think. Oh, yeah, I mean they're all from Greece.
Well, wasn't the prisoner guard guy?
Oh, he is a Christian. Yeah. Well, I don't think they ever. No. Yeah, he's a Christian. I was gonna say Wolfwood from Trigun. He's a Christian. Huge Christian. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he kills a lot of people, but huge.
Thorfinn, Christian, Goku, but probably not Chi-Chi. I remember Chi-Chi.
I would say Chi-Chi, not Goku. Goku has fought the gods.
Wasn't Chi-Chi? Wasn't her dad
the Ox King?
Oh, the Ox King. That's right. I was thinking Satan for some reason.
Satan? No.
Yeah.
There's Satan in Dragon Ball, though.
Yeah. Oh, I watched a clip the other day about like Goku meeting his dad in hell.
In hell?
Yeah, and then he's like, "What are you doing down here?" And then he's like, "Well, a lot of people think this is hell. It's not. That's kind of how the explanation was."
Oh, okay.
I guess Midoriya? No, almost.
No, we could change him though.
We can easily.
We could change him.
We got him now. I thought that the first baby. Because remember in the first episode of My Hero, it was like powers have only been around for a couple hundred years, and the first baby ever was in China who glowed like brightly. And
was it a couple hundred years, or was it like I thought it wasn't like in My Hero the powers haven't been around that long.
They've only been around for like 300 years.
Is it 300? I was thinking like 100 years.
Well, think about this. All for one or one for all is
Oh, I guess
it's been like generation.
Yeah, 7 or 8 descendants. So,
yeah.
I guess around.
They all kind of dead early though, like 20, 30.
Those bitches.
Yeah, no one with one for all lasts that long.
Did that come out, or is that still a theory of like when you have one for all. You're meant to die young.
I think it's more like a destiny. Like
it's like a destiny. Like when you have one for all, you die.
Like All Might's the oldest. He's 55.
That old fuck. He kind of wimped out early though. He's like, oh, I don't want to die.
Do you know what's a big cock tease?
All Might?
Well,
because he's there, but he's not doing shit.
Like 3 weeks ago in the manga, All Might like brought out this like big suitcase that turned him into like a big like Gundam mecha.
Yeah,
he was gonna fight one All for One,
and he didn't do anything.
And then we haven't seen anything. We have the chapter's like to be continued, and it's been like 3 weeks.
Those bitches.
Yeah, but we've been eating though. The Todoroki family saga just wrapped up yesterday.
I think that's really talented when mangakas could kind of have like 4 different stories all going at once and be able to like juggle it well.
We haven't seen Midori. We haven't seen Deku in like 3 months though.
I mean that's kind of hard to do. I would say like only have 2 or 3 storylines going at once.
But I think One Piece does that, right?
Oh, I mean they're doing it right now in the anime. Kind of is like, so you'll go to Sanji's fight for like 8 episodes, then you'll go to like Zoro's fight for 8 episodes, then you'll go for Luffy's fight for like 15 episodes. So like there'll be times where like you don't see anybody.
It kind of sucks. I mean, I think when it gets like this, I think it's better to binge because like, I want to see my goat. You know what I mean? Like we're on like the last war arc right now for My Hero, and Shigaraki was going on stage 3. He, you know, boss at different phases sometimes. Like, oh, he beat the boss. Oh, he had the second form. Oh, he's got third form. We're going on Shigaraki's 3rd transformation, I think.
What's crazy? Like this man is just unbeatable. Like,
he is pretty.
He's kind of a bitch.
Like
he's kind of a bitch.
And like Deku's like punching him like so hard he's able to destroy whole buildings.
Bro, Shigaraki's the type of guy where you're playing like games when you're like kids, and you're like, well, you can't do that because I have this power.
Yeah,
he's just making up stupid powers. Like the longer that goes on.
Or like Deku's the kid with like the broken controller, and Shigaraki has like the new controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like basically, what I'm trying to say is that like it was getting good. Mm-hmm. Like Deku was like going he was like mastering all his powers, and then like Shigaraki just had a new form, and then it cuts away for like going out 3 months.
Yeah, I would love a time skip. Like I would just love like like an out of high school or out of like the hero program. But even though like I don't think they'll do that. I feel like the story will wrap up like before their graduation.
From chapter 1 to chapter 402 right now, it's been like a year.
Yeah.
Which is
crazy.
A year. It's crazy to think about. Like where were you a year ago, Brady? You weren't fighting monsters and traveling the world.
I should have been.
You should have been. Instead of getting married.
I will
You're
say.
So fucking weird.
I will say that's on me. I should have done that. I know you were out doing that, but yeah.
I was, dude. I was fighting my demons.
You were fine. You were
and
going,
yours.
You were going,
Get him with humor. Bah! Get him with some self-deprecation. Bah!
Just push it down. They'll never know.
Wait till my wife sees this. Yes. Pushed all the way down.
Oh, Ryan. Well, hot dog, man.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is that Villain Saga. No, I'm kidding. That's about all the time we have today.
It sure is.
Is there a question you want to ask the audience and to have them comment down below, Brady?
Here's actually a good one. I wanted to leave it for the next podcast because I think it's a really good discussion. But I'll leave it with you guys. Nowadays, multiverse, crossovers, everything, it's so big. So if you could have any anime crossover in the world, what 2 animes do you think would make a good crossover? Put in the comment down below.
My Hero and Steven Universe.
That'd be kind of cool. They're both like bitches. I was thinking Berserk and Villain Saga.
Those would actually go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think those would.
And it would make Thorfinn's dreams seem more real because like they were like demonic, and so like if the demon world actually existed, Berserk can like take them there.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go fight your demons. Come on, buddy.
But yeah, we could talk about this on the next podcast we have.
Yeah.
But I think like kind of like right now in like Hollywood, like it's been going on for like 12 years now or longer, but like they're really big on like crossovers. It's like, oh, we're gonna start teasing this character in this show, and then they'll show up in this show, then there'll be one big one. Imagine if they did that for anime. Imagine if
DC or Marvel got down on a table. I mean, Marvel does it fine, but DC, what if they actually like planned out a couple years worth of like shows and movies that can all just
have you not seen James Gunn's like plan?
Because hopefully,
bro, it's crazy. He has like, because how good Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was, he's doing that with entire DC.
Right, what I'm saying is like, how stupid are they to like make all these separate shows and all their separate universes, and I was like, why don't you guys just fucking make it all happen in one world?
Well, that's kind of he's kind of.
Well, I'm saying aside from James Gunn, like why didn't 5 years ago why didn't they?
Oh, because they were stupid. They had no idea.
They're so dumb.
Yeah,
they're so dumb.
I'm glad they have James Gunn now because now like he like set a game plan. It's like we're gonna have Elseworld stories, then we're gonna have a main DCEU timeline, and they'll probably do like a multiverse event where those Else stories will bleed into the main timeline. What's like it would be really cool to see like.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who in the DC?
Who am I thinking of? Constantine.
Constantine with Dr. Fate and stuff like that. That would be really
different
tight.
doctor.
Different doctor. Anyway.
No, one more question.
Okay.
But the audience wants to know, Brady, from you. Who do you think would win a fight, Bakugo or Inosuke from Demon Slayer?
Bakugo.
Okay, Bakugo.
Demon Slayer like characters aren't that strong. They're just
they look like they're strong.
They look like they're strong. That's what the anime wants you to believe, but they're actually not that strong. I mean, they're
so rude.
They're strong enough to like kill their demons, but
I don't.
They're not that strong.
Okay, Bakugo versus the strongest Bakugo's ever been versus Ace. Who wins?
Oh, Ace.
You think so?
Oh, 100% Ace.
I mean, I don't know what Ace can do. All I know is his body can turn into fire.
Ace can control Bakugo's flames because those flames are made out of fire. So Ace could kind of like, well, it would be kind of hard because like the more Bakugo sweats, the more like it ignites his glycerin, whatever. So like Ace's fire, that would just make Bakugo sweat more.
Also, I've come to know from like everyone who has like an ability who can like know what the person's gonna do. Like the most notable example was Sasuke, who can see what people are gonna do before they do it. But there's been other examples too. Sometimes even if you know what someone's gonna do, you can't always prevent it because you're not fast enough.
You're not fast enough, yeah.
Like if you know what they're gonna do, but they're just way faster than you, you're so fucked.
I always see those debates of like, oh, well, so and so's battle IQ is like way higher, but I'm like, but their skill in combat is way lower. So it doesn't matter. Like even if they know how to beat them, can they pull off beating them?
Can they balance thinking and fighting at the same time? Like Deku. Deku had a hard time because he's a thinker, but he has the power too. But he doesn't do both. At the same
imagine
time.
If he was just a thinker, like he would have not got that far. Like maybe he'll be really great of like knowing how to beat them.
Battle instinct though takes you far, but also like Goku's not a thinker. I think if he knew how to think, he would have. It would save a lot of time.
It really depends, like, what Goku you're talking about. Because there's some Gokus where you're like, oh, wow, he's actually really smart at fighting. But there are some Goku, like, definitely the Goku in Super, where you're like, this guy's a dumb fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Like I think that he created most of the problems that he had to fight.
100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just Super Goku for you.
But, yeah. So, audience, I know no one's still here. But if you are, discuss among yourselves in the comments what anime crossovers you'd like to see. And with that, have a great week. You didn't say bye to the audience.
Oh.